Hey Gearfax friends, never before have I seen a synthesizer or a home studio as comprehensive as the Phantom G6. If you don't like working with computers but you love creating great music with excellent versatility and everything that you need, the Phantom G6 is it. One of the most ingenious things about the Phantom G6 is that you can attach a mouse. It doesn't have to be any specific brand or type of mouse, just a generic mouse is fine. Plug it into the USB port and you have much better mobility around the system, quickly accessing menus and changing values. It greatly speeds things up. Also, you can attach an external monitor if you want to present what we see here up on a big screen or just see what's happening a little bit more clearly.
Learn more about the ARX03 brass in Bank 15 of the favorites.
Oh, and it can also take ARX expansion boards. Let's take a look at the Song Arranger section. This is where you can put together all of your MIDI signals as well as recorded audio. And again, we see here how quickly and easily we can get around the system using that mouse pointer. The layouts are all quite simple and familiar. You don't need to read the manual to get off to a basic start. Let's just mix the demo tune around a little bit. And just watch for a moment as we see this auto fade at the end. Moving over to the effects section now. We'll make a few small changes to the lead voice. There are heaps of effects to choose from, and we'll come back to this in just a moment. For now, we'll take a look at how simple and beautiful sampling is on the Phantom G6. Let's just record an analog sound from this Korg Volca. And there it appears on our screen as a waveform. Again, all your edits are tailored to very quick adjusting. Just take a moment to imagine how long this would take on a non-visual sampler. And within a few seconds, we've chopped our sample to exactly the right length. There's also a preview button here so you can have a quick listen and make sure it's right. Yep, sounding good. Now let's try something a bit more complex. Okay, so my sample there had a big silent gap at the beginning and then a complex series of sounds. What I'm going to do here, amazingly quickly, is separate all of those little sounds and chop off that silence at the beginning in just a few key presses. This isn't really a new idea, a lot of samplers have this, and it's great for beats when you want to isolate each individual sound and put it into your sample kit. Back to effects now, this time routed to the instrument input. Just a basic guitar sound. Let's add a little bit of reverb to start with. And in that section we can choose from several delays as well. Here's a fast one. And you can change numeric values like that very quickly using the mouse wheel. And so now our delay time is much slower. Let's take a look at some other effects. That's a very mild auto wah, but you can plug in an expression pedal for a stronger effect. And you really have all the effects you're ever likely to need, even strange ones like this. And as we saw briefly earlier in the video, you can go into each individual effect and adjust the detailed parameters. Again, the mouse wheel really speeds up the process. The next thing I thought was quite ingenious was the way you can use the 16 sample pads to perform different functions. If you press pad mode, you'll be presented with a selection of different functions for these buttons. And again, your workflow can really be sped up. Depending on what you're working on, you can select from these helpful functions. Let's say you wanted to try out some arpeggios for your piano sound, for example. Or you might want to play through your song recording and quickly mute tracks without having to use the mouse. And here's another clever mode that allows you to remix your songs based on the samples, which can be started and stopped in a way that keeps them all in tempo. This is a good way to see which samples sound good together, and explore ways that your composition could flow. Similarly, the mixer section can be assigned to functions that you wouldn't normally expect. I've found them to be great for controlling effects. Sorry, a little bit strong there. But you get the picture. It's a different dynamic feel to using the rotary knobs. Let's try a different sound. By default, all the sounds have their own effect control setup, but you can tailor this to your needs. Now let's take a look at the back. Very important, of course, considering that this keyboard is attempting to be an all-in-one solution. First of all, we've got USB memory, as well as that USB mouse connection, so 2 USB sockets, as well as the computer USB. I don't think many people are using digital audio coaxial anymore, but it's good to know it's there. Panning right across now. I love that it has MIDI in, out and through. So many workstations now don't have this function, but it really is essential if you want to connect to your older equipment. You can attach 3 foot pedals, all of them can be assigned to do different things. And panning past where my guitar is plugged in there, you'll see we've got line inputs as well, left and right, with a level control, 4 TRS outputs, and that's the headphone socket at the end. I should point out that that guitar socket can also take XLR plugs. So I think it's pretty fair to say that the Phantom G6 is doing a pretty good job of living up to the concept of an all-in-one musical studio. Thanks for watching my demo, friends. There is another video accompanying this showing more of the synthesizer sounds, and of course there's a whole lot more in the Phantom G6 that I could show you, but I don't have 10 years. So thanks for watching today. Please like, comment or subscribe. Hit me up with any questions. I'll see you on the next GearFacts video.